From their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need, they'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street.
70. So he's a good thing. I think he's a building block for the Twins, a centerpiece, if you will. But they have a lot of work to do, as you know. Irvin Santana's pitched better, no question. But, boy, where else do you find bright spots? You do it, Joe Mauer, because that $23 million a year contract has become the elephant in the room. He's got 2 years and a month left on it, basically. But it's not cutting it, and it's created a logjam at first base. And I think if you could get a team out there to even take half of that contract, you got to think about moving him. They need to start going in a different direction.
Well, whatever happens in that regard, that's not going to happen before the end of this season.
No.
But here's the deal. The Twins need to win roughly 12, 13 games between now and October 1st to avoid a 100-loss season. And they won 10 games. They won 7 games in April, 8 in May, and they won 10 in June. And their celebration month was July when they went 15 and 11. And so far in August, they've only had 9 wins. So they're staring at 100 losses again.
Yeah, there's really not any way around it unless they can get hot in the last week of August and then play good ball into September. And, they're going to face some teams that really need to win. We saw what happened against Kansas City last weekend. I mean, the Royals kind of got back in the race at the expense of the Twins. The Tigers are in the same boat the Royals are. They're trying to get a wild card spot. They came in with plenty to play for. The Toronto Blue Jays are trying to win a division or at least get a wild card spot. They're going to see Cleveland down the road. I know that. They're going to see the Royals again, the Tigers again.
White Sox.
Yeah, well, the White Sox, what are they playing for?
Well, they're playing because they're in the city of Chicago, and they're the last team with pride in that city to win a world championship. Eric, the University of Minnesota has reached an impasse over negotiations with Jay Robinson over the longtime wrestling coach's exit and potential buyout. What do you think about this? I remember when it popped up. Robinson clearly mishandled the alleged use and sale of prescription sedative Xanax by his Gopher wrestlers. What do you think the Gophers are going to do? They're going to let him go? They're going to fire him? What?
Well, I think that's what the new AD, Mark Coyle, would like to do. I think he's trying to do it in a, if you can do something like this in a graceful way, to have a soft exit, if you will. I mean, look, Jay Robinson's had a lot of success over at the U of M. There's no debating that, but this has been a definite glitch on the resume, and this doesn't look good. And I think that Mark Coyle probably wants to move in another direction and let Jay Robinson move on. But you've got the legal process involved here. And Jay Robinson's not, he's a smart guy. He's been able to lawyer up, and his legal team's been able to, score some victories in this situation. So I don't really know what's going to happen. I think it looked bleak for Jay Robinson early on. I'm not so sure anymore. I think, there's a danger in all of us speculating before something runs its course or process, and that's maybe what's happened here. But it's interesting to see Mark Coyle dig in, and, everybody talks about changing the culture over there at the U of M. I do give him credit for, he's having a stare down with a coach who's had a lot of success.
Yeah, well, I hope he doesn't back off, because a felony is a felony, and that's why we want to see what this investigation or inquiry will tell us, because all the speculation, like you just touched on, we can do that, but the point is there was some wrongdoing done here, and we need to find out who did what. You're listening to Game Day Gold and GameDayGold.com. You going to say something there, Eric?
Well, you said, felony. And that made me think of Sam Jacobson. Maybe we can touch on that later in the show, the former Gopher basketball great who had an NBA career, and he's in some hot water too.
You're listening to Game Day Gold and GameDayGold.com.
See, the great American dream is starting and owning your own business. A lot of you out there right now probably do stuff on the side. Do you regard it just as hobbies and don't even include it on your taxes? What tax savings opportunities are you missing with all the loopholes that the tax code is chock full of? You need someone to drive the bus, as they say, to success. That's what I will do. Greg Anderson out of Marinette, 715-735-0583. Milking every last loophole in the tax code for your benefit.
Have you heard of all the mortgage options we have to offer? NEW Credit Union is here for you when you're ready to make your move. We do home purchases, mortgage refinancing, loans for cabins and vacation homes, as well as land. We also have a home equity line of credit and home improvement loans too. Call one of our helpful mortgage specialists today for all the details. 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Or start your application online at www.newcu.org. NEW Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Shawano, and Oconto counties. Federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Certain terms, fees, and closing costs may apply. Property insurance may be required. All loans subject to approval. We have offices in Oconto, Oconto Falls, and Surrey. At NEW Credit Union, we can help you own it.
Welcome back to Game Day Gold, GameDayGold.com. Larry Fitzgerald, Eric Nelson with you again from the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul in the beautiful studios. And Eric, of course, is where again, Eric?
I'm in the suburbs, Larry. I was broadcasting some high school soccer, so that's the reason I'm on the phone lines this week.
Well, I appreciate you taking me in last week from beautiful San Diego near the Mexican border, and I had an excellent time while in the home of the San Diego Superchargers. Hey, Eric, tell me this. You had the opportunity to visit with the captain.
Captain Munderland in the community at the Brooklyn Park Hy-Vee a few days ago. Always good to mingle with the fans, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's always a great feeling, you know, just to come out here, mingle with the fans, put a smile on their face, sign autograph, and, you know, let them know we normal people, too. We just like to just give back and do what we can.
This fan base is hungry. They sense that this team, the arrow's pointing up. They feel like an outstanding season's on the horizon.
Oh, yes, most definitely. They hungry. Last year we had a pretty good year. Didn't finish like we wanted to, but at the same time we had a pretty good year. Won the division, so they want more. They want more. So it's the year that we feel like we can get the fans more and go out there and showcase a better team than we did last year and, you know, make a run for the Super Bowl.
What's been your read on the preseason so far?
Pretty good, man. We're getting after the quarterback a little. We're covering the guys up in the back end, and we help. We got injuries here and there, but at the same time, we're healthy, and that's the key, man. If you can get through the preseason healthy, you know, going on to week one, you know, things always look up for you.
Well, you look at this defense, and there are so many incredibly talented, gifted guys like Anthony Barr, Harrison Smith, Everson Griffin, yourself, Xavier Rhodes. There's a lot of ability on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. The names that you just threw out there, the names was, you know, they all guys who on the upcoming. We young, we're not an old group, so we still feel like the ceiling's still there. We're just trying to get better each and every day.
And I left out the space eaters, Sharif Floyd and Lynn Paul Joseph. They make it easy on the back end, don't they?
They make it easy for me, man. Those guys getting after the quarterback, man, I don't have to cover that long. So I always tell those guys, they say, they've been saying, let's eat. And I tell them, go eat. So I can get these interceptions, man, and make these plays.
And you made a good point recently that they should start having nickel backs in the Pro Bowl because you had more snaps from the nickel position than anybody in the NFL last season. Yeah. Why not give nickelbacks a shot like we do fullbacks and special teams?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know, I think they look over our position, man, and say, oh, man, it's just nickelbacks. But this league is a passing-driven league now. Guys are up there, and slot receivers make the Pro Bowl while nickelbacks can't. So I just feel like we should deserve a shot. We deserve a shot at it. So, you know, hopefully they're coming soon, and hopefully I won't be gone on by then.
And you see some monsters in that slot position, don't you?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know, the the best receivers play in the slot now. You look at teams, they put their best receivers in the slot. Try to work on your third corner, try to get space open for the guys, and try to get the ball in the hand real fast.
Sunday, U.S. Bank Stadium will be christened against San Diego. First ever NFL game there. Have you ever been involved in the opening of a venue?
Oh, never been involved in opening a venue, man. I'm excited about that. I know the fans are excited. I'm excited. My family even excited, just to see the facility and just to go out there and play. We know it's not regular season, but at the same time, just to feel it, get the feeling and get excited for it.
What do you try to do in week 3? Everybody says that's the game that's the closest to replicating a regular season game.
Oh, it's a dress rehearsal. We always call it a dress rehearsal game. Go out there, execute your game plan, try to get out there healthy, and get ready for the upcoming weeks.
All right, everybody's wondering, is Teddy okay?
Oh, he's fine, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Teddy B. He's okay.
Is team ready to take that next step, Captain?
Oh, yeah, he's most definitely ready, man. If you look at the things that he's done last year, getting Adrian Peterson back for that offense, man, was big. And Adrian take off a lot of pressure off our quarterback, man. If you got a great running back like that, man, a Hall of Fame running back, he definitely take a lot of pressure off. And we're excited about that, man. Teddy, he's just going to get better each and every day.
All right, thanks for your time, and the people in Brooklyn Park want to thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Good job, Eric. Boy, I tell you, he doesn't lack confidence.
No, he does like mingling, though, with the fans. He did a good job at a recent autograph session in Brooklyn Park, north of Minneapolis.
Yep.
At Hy-Vee, which is one of the Vikings corporate sponsors. Hy-Vee is, they're Des Moines, Iowa based, and they've come up here to the Twin Cities, and they've really tried to take over Cubs turf. We've got supermarket wars in certain cities right now, and Hy-Vee's going to build some more. So be tuned on that one. It's a Hawkeye-Gopher supermarket battle.
Whose ego is the greatest, Captain Munnerlyn or Josh Norman?
I think it's got to be Josh Norman. When you say you're the top cornerback in the NFL, that's Donald Trump-like bravado. I mean, my goodness. What about Richard Sherman? What about some of these other great players in the league?
Who was this guy? He called the commissioner. Did he say he's like a dog? What was that line he called the commissioner?
Oh, boy. I think that was after the Odell Beckham ducked up.
No, this is recent. Recent. He basically says that he was critical of the commissioner. He said that Roger Goodell is a dog in a suit. I think not only that's totally disrespectful of the job, the office, and obviously the commissioner has his share of his critics, but there's some things that I think cross the line, and that's one of them.
Well, I also think if you're trying to maybe have the commissioner change his stance on some things, those hardline tactics probably aren't going to win him over any. You're right, he has a lot of critics. I'm one of them, but I looked at it like this. The players signed the CBA, and you know this better than anybody, Larry. You have a kid playing in the National Football League. It's a deal that's weighted heavily for the owners. There's not much win in this thing for the players, and it's a long deal. I mean, they've got a few more years left on this. I think it goes to 2020. So they have to suck it up and realize this is a system we created, and when they get back to the bargaining table, they better dig in and figure out what changes they want to make, and they need union solidarity. They need some of the big guys, the big guns, your Tom Brady's or your Adrian Petersons or your Josh Normans, whoever, to also get in on the fight, or you're going to have a similar CBA signed again.
I'm convinced there's no beating the NFL owners, period. They have a system that's that they built. They have protected it. They will die on the sword protecting it because they know how the foundation of it was built, and they know how far they can go with the players, and they realize that sooner or later the players have to come in. That's why I made the comment talking earlier, about Joey Bosa. Now he can talk about the Chargers aren't doing this and the Chargers aren't doing that.